Okay, Michael Moen, City Council Member, March 26, 2014. (9:16 a.m.) Hello, this is Terry Nemmers. How you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Well, I'm doing super. Say, I just been hung up on by your Joan down there at City Hall, trying to find out who your data compliance officer is, and she doesn't want to tell me. She feels that she should just hang up on me instead. Of course, she told me yesterday that Andrea Swenson was going to be in today, and then when I called at 9 o'clock this morning, boy, mysteriously, Andrea Swenson was gone. And you know what? I bet you Andrea Swenson's still sitting there. See, because Andrea's been illegally withholding public data from me since December. Found out that she's under criminal investigation by the Stevens County Sheriff's Department, and she managed to go get data from the city of Hancock, pretty much the same data I was asking for, and she got it in February. And here it's March, and I'm still don't have my data.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out what you're going to do about it. Because it's a criminal act to illegally withhold data. Your chief of police has been illegally withholding public data from me since March of last year. So it's a just cause for termination or suspension. And I would think that if Andrea is under criminal investigation for felony theft, she should be certainly not working with public money right now.
So she's not there right now then, or?
Oh, I was told she wasn't. But, you know, my experience is, you know, anytime you deal with City of Starbuck, they're nothing but liars. So that's my situation, or my position on it.
Who answered the phone down there?
Joan?
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking at. You know, and the funny thing is, the information I'm asking for Chief Minion on is your case from way back when, you know, closed and all over and done with. But you know what? It shows that Neil Nelson rigged the court trial for Kyle Thompson. See, and I think that's probably what the problem is. You know, that's your prosecuting attorney for the city of Starbuck doesn't want me to have that information.
Isn't that stuff public information, though? Can't you get it yourself?
Well, yeah, I get it from your chief of police because he's the custodian of it. See?
So you requested it. Isn't it also on file at the Polk County Courthouse?
Well, I'm asking for your investigative data, which your chief is in custody, has it in his possession. I asked him for it on March 25th, 2013. See, so the problem is your chief doesn't want to do his job. Part of his job is to produce public data. See? And I have a recorded phone call with your former city administrator explaining all this to her. See, so it's not like I haven't made phone calls. I've called Andrea numerous times, which of course I haven't put it up on YouTube yet, but I certainly have every intention of doing so. So, I mean,
I realize you recorded every conversation, like the not recording this one, but yeah, I don't, as far as that goes, I thought that it was public information that you could pick up at the courthouse. Any public person could do that, but he is a custodian of the file, so he's withholding it from you then?
That's what I said. See, the thing is, your criminal complaint is there, and you certainly can get a copy, but it's going to cost you like, $12 or $10, I think, and a certified copy is $16. So I went and spent the $16 on it. So I have a certified copy of your criminal complaint, but not all the investigative data, which of course is public information now that your court case is all over with. But see, in there...
Well, is there something with data privacy on some of that stuff, or do they just black that out?
Well, the courthouse certainly didn't. I have everything written on there. So if someone wants to redact something, I guess that's their option. So,
well, I think that data privacy is, I mean, that's a big deal.
Well, it's a criminal act to illegally withhold this information. Obviously, your chief is illegally withholding it, so it is a big deal. So, and it's just cause for suspension, and termination. So, I mean, your chief should be not only prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, but he should be fired. So that's real simple. And I presume the same thing should be happening to your Andrea Swenson.
Well, all I'm asking, Terry, is he withholding that data because there's data privacy issues within that document that you can't see?
Well, okay. I have all sorts of information that I've gotten from numerous law enforcement agencies. If they want to redact something, what they do is they take a little marker and they mark out the little spots. Okay?
Right.
You don't illegally withhold this information. By the way, I already have the information from the Morris police who did the investigation. See, so why your chief of police is illegally withholding this public data from me, just baffles me. And I explained that to Andrea. See? So that's the point. The point is, I already have this information. So, I mean, why is the chief trying to illegally withhold it from me? I could get it from the Morris police.
If you already have the information, why do you want it again?
Well, because the thing is, I asked the chief of police for it back on March 25th, 2013, and it was only because I went to the courthouse and purchased a $16 copy that I found out it was from the Morris police. See, so the chief has already wasted my time, cost me money, wasted my valuable time. So, the thing is, if he's not going to do his job and he's going to break the law, then he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and lose his job. That's real simple. See? I don't know how this is so hard to figure out.
Well, I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from if you already have the information.
Well,
you want it again.
Well, the thing is, I asked him for it. It's his job to give it to me. He wasted my time. He wasted my money. See? So that's...
Well, if you already have the information, Terry, it sounds to me like you're wasting his time.
No. See, it was his job to do it back on March 25th, 2013. See, so it doesn't matter if I have 50 copies of it. See, all it matters is I asked him to do his job. He willfully refused to do his job, and pursuant to state statute, it says he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and lose his job. That's simple. See, so now I'm asking you why you aren't doing your job.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think that you may be wasting his time.
Well,
Because you already have a copy.
Well, I don't know how this is so hard to understand. See, it's his job to give it to me. You understand that?
And you already have it, but I do understand
okay.
It's his job to give it to you.
Okay, did he give it to me?
You have it.
No, I did not get it from him. I got it from the Morris police. Did he give me the data that was in his possession?
I don't know.
No, he didn't. See, I'm telling you that right now. So he didn't do his job, so that means he broke the law, and he should be fired. See, that's real simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out you already have one copy, and I understand you didn't get it from him. If that's true, I don't know, but you have a copy, and he didn't give it to you, but you found a way to get it.
Yeah.
So that's very good on his part.
Right, because I'm used to dealing with a bunch of criminals from Pope County, so I have to find different ways of getting it. See?
You're very creative. That's good on your part that you can do that.
Right. And see, the thing is, the longer you sit here and argue with me about how I'm wasting the chief of police's time, then the more ridiculous you look. See? What?
Well, I'm not arguing with you. I'm simply stating a fact is all I'm doing.
Yeah, but the only reason why you knew it is because I told you. See?
Well, and if I want to take your word for it is one thing, because I don't know that it's true because I haven't investigated it myself.
Well, that's true. See? So the thing is, obviously it's all in your records that they've been there since March 25th, 2013. I have had numerous conversations with Andrea, and I've asked her for my illegally withheld data numerous times. So obviously she isn't telling you what's going on. So, I think she should be fired just for that too. See? Because she's obviously conspiring with the chief of police to illegally withhold my data. And I get these ridiculous letters from your attorney. So obviously he's padding the bill just to generate, nonsense to illegally withhold my data. See, so that's what it is. You guys just waste people's time, you waste public money, and you waste people's money. See? You're just wasters. And all you do is you just back up the people who are a bunch of criminals. See?
Well, Terry, I don't necessarily agree with every point that everyone else is making. And some of the points you make, I agree with. Some of the points that you make, I disagree with. But I understand where you're coming from, and I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I would have to investigate it further to really know that you're telling me the complete and honest truth.
Well, I have never lied to you, so I don't know why I'd start lying now. Plus, I'm recording the conversation, so I mean, it wouldn't do me any good to lie to you because I'm going to put it up on.
I don't know that you've never lied to me before. I've barely ever spoken with you. I mean.
Well, I've spoken with you when you were under investigation for your criminal act, so I've been in contact with you then. So I don't think that I lied to you then. Of course, I told you I wasn't going to record the conversation at that point in time, and I certainly didn't. So I didn't lie to you then. I am telling you that I am recording this conversation now, and I'm certainly not lying to you now.
Well, I guessed that you were recording it, and.
Oh, I have no problem telling you that I'm recording it. See, but obviously your fellow city council members have a problem with it because I was hung up by Renae Spore this morning. She hung up on me on the 18th. Your Lyle Katzenmeyer hung up on me numerous times on the 18th. Your mayor just hung up on me just before I called you. See, so there's plenty of people who have reason to hide and have lots to hide. So, I do appreciate this conversation, So you stuck along with this conversation a lot longer than anyone else.
Well, Terry, I think that the reason that you've gotten hung up on today is because I think they feel a little bit like I feel that you're kind of wasting the time of, the city and the council people here on these things, and that's why I think that they're hanging up on you.
Well, I'm sure they do, because I'm sure they'd rather spend their time stealing from the regular people, and they don't want people to be questioning their actions. See, so I'm sure that is a waste of their time. See, because, you like to have people say, oh, you're so wonderful. See, and when someone comes along and says, boy, your city chief of police is engaging in criminal activity, oh boy, everyone gets all upset. And then they start pointing the finger at the person who's making the substantiated assertions. See, because I can back up everything I say about Andrea and about your chief of police and about your slimy little lawyer who sends me ridiculous letters which do not resolve the data practice problems. See? Because I have all the information right in front of me.
Okay. I don't know what else I can tell you, Terry. I hear you talking, and I understand where you're coming from. I know a little bit about your track record as far as certain things, because, like you said, you have talked to me in the past. But I have, no real knowledge as far as some of these things you're speaking about. I mean, if I take your word for it, it would be one thing, but I think I need to do a little investigating to see if what you say is true or whatever.
Well, I have absolute no problem with that. The only problem is, usually when people say they're going to do that, like your Renae Spore, she never calls me back, and then when I talk to her, then she hangs up on me. See, so the presumption is, after I speak to you today, you will lawyer up the next time and not speak to me again.
I don't lawyer up, but whatever.
Well, that is the track record. I have the conversations all recorded. I mean, I can go from numerous elected officials that I've spoken to that all of a sudden, I get the voicemail. See, because they see my number and go, well, I'm not talking to that guy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Have you said everything you want to say to me, or I'm
Well, what I want to this is what I want to hear from you, and this is what I want to have happen from you. See, I want you to tell me that you will look into it. You'll set up a time and date to call me back to report back to me what you found, and then I actually expect you to call me on that date and time when you say you're going to call me, because I've had other people say that they'll call me back and never do. See, this isn't my first rodeo. That's why I record all my calls. See? So are you willing to do that?
Well, what would you like me to check on? You want me to check on all these things? You want me to talk to Chief Minion about the things you've talked with him about and get his side of the story and report back to you on what I heard then? Because I think that you already know the answers that you're going to get.
Well, I do believe it's your job. And the thing is, if they're engaging in illegal activity, it's your job to call for an outside investigator to investigate them. And then, because there's established procedures. And then if they haven't...
So you want me to spend more money, more of the people's money that you claim that we're already wasting?
Well, the thing is, if you actually do your job, then it's not a waste of money, is it? But see, if you're...
Well, I don't know. It's a matter of opinion, isn't it? I think it's a matter of opinion if it's a waste of money or not.
Well, obviously, if your chief is hiding behind a voicemail and not answering, and not producing the data request from March 25th of 2013, which I do believe was yesterday, so that's over a year old now, and your Andrea Swenson plays little games with me and refuses to produce my data, which of course she had her data, produced by her friend, Jennifer Versteeg over there in city of Hancock, in record time, So I have plenty of documentation that all you do is waste people's time and money. See? Because how long does it take to send me this data? Oh, like about 20 minutes, tops, okay? So instead, I'm making all these calls, I'm writing all these letters, I'm putting all these videos up on YouTube. See, it wastes my time. You're wasting public money. See, because instead of doing something productive, obviously talking to me is productive because, we're trying to resolve a problem here. But, you could, then you wonder why you don't have any money. See, everyone's all complaining that, you're running in the, running in a deficit or something like that, or their taxes go up. Well, this is why. See? Because all you do is play little games.
Well, I think you play games.
What game am I playing?
Your track record is well established on things that you've done. But a lot of people would say that that's playing games as well.
Okay, what game? Give me a specific example of a game I played.
Well, recording conversations and trying to catch people doing whatever. Catching them in a surprise moment. I think that's game playing. That's not honest.
Well, it's not honest. No, see, I'm asserting my right. I have every right to make this phone call to you. I have every right to record it. So it's not a game. Well, so that's not a game. I'm asserting my rights. See, that's real simple. Now, Chief Minion illegally withholding my data and everyone covering it for him, now that's a game. See, because that's not only is it illegal activity, it's a cover-up. See, what am I covering up? See, that's what the real question is. What am I covering up? Nothing. See, I'm exposing your cover-up. That's what I'm doing. And if you want to call that a game, then so be it.
Well, like I said, it's a matter of opinion. Not everyone's going to think that, and there's plenty that do, so...
Right.
Right.
So it comes back to, are you going to look into this, investigate Andrea Swenson and Chief Minion, call me back, and report your findings to me? That is the actual question.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna call the city office and see what transpired between you and them. See what they had to say about it. I will talk with Chief Minion and see what he has to say about the situation.
Okay.
And if you would like me to call you back, I can call you back.
Yes, I want you to call me back. And hopefully by that time, I'll have all my conversations with the city of Starbuck placed up on YouTube by that time, so you can see what actually happened. Unless you record your phone calls at the city.
No, I don't record phone calls.
The city office doesn't record their calls?
I don't know.
You don't know, and you're the city council member? How long you been the city council member?
I'm on my porch here right now.
Okay, and you don't know what's going on at City Hall?
Let's put it this way, Terry. They have the capability of recording their phone calls, but I don't think they make it a practice to do it.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay, I appreciate that answer. Well, if you're ready, so when are you going to call me back then?
What do we got for a date? We've got the 26th today.
It's the 26th.
I can call you back April Fool's Day. How's that sound? Say about 11 o'clock?
11 o'clock on April Fool's Day, huh?
Easy to remember that, right?
Okay, then at 11 o'clock on April Fool's Day, I'll expect a call then.
Well, let's get your phone number. Is this the number that you want me to call the number that you just called me on?
No, I want you to call me at 320.
Hang on. Okay.
320-283-5713.
Okay, and I will call you back and I will expect not to be recorded.
Oh, okay.
Is that going to be the case?
No, I will not promise that at all.
Okay, then I will not promise that I will call you back.
Well, that's not my job to, it's your job to call me back. It's not my job not to record you.
Well, that's fine. Then, gentleman's agreement, I was just asking.
Oh, okay. So you are calling me back on April 1st or you're not? Sounds like you're not.
I will definitely call you back April 1st, and I will ask you, the first question I'll ask you is, are you recording this conversation? If you say yes, I'll think about giving you an answer.
Oh, okay. So in other words, you're going to hang up on me then? Well,
No, I won't hang up on you. I'll say goodbye before I hang up.
oh, okay. Okay, so at least,
I don't know if technically that'd be considered a hang up or not, but I suppose.
well, if you don't relay your message like you're supposed to, then it would be a hang up. See, because obviously if you're scared to tell me what you found on a recording, then you have something to hide. See, I have nothing to hide. That's why I'm recording the conversation.
Well, but see, that's your opinion, Terry, and you can have that.
Well,
You know.
I see, I'm going by your answer. Your answer is if you record me, then I will not speak to you. I will find out if you're recording me, then I will say goodbye and hang up. That's your response. See,
Well, I
so
said I may do that. I didn't say that I would do that.
well, see, the presumption is that you're not even a call to start with. So I'm just going
Well,
by.
you're presuming I won't even call?
Well, I'm presuming you won't call. See, because now you're starting to worry that I'm going to record the call. See, so
I'm not necessarily worried about it. I just was asking if you were going to record the call.
well, I have to do it for my own safety because, like I said, I deal with criminals all the time. You know, the sheriff is a common criminal. Your county attorney is a common criminal. I've been in jail for things I have never done. You know, I've witnessed perjury, withholding of evidence. You know, so I'm used to dealing with common criminals. So for my own protection, I record my calls. See?
So are you calling me a common criminal?
I didn't say you were a common criminal. I said I'm used to dealing with common criminals.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, if you aid and abet, you know, in criminal acts, then I certainly would have no problem calling you a criminal.
Oh, absolutely.
See? So obviously your mayor and your fellow council members probably have no problem aiding and abetting because they want to hang up on me and don't want to have a conversation with me. So that's real simple.
Okay.
And
So they're common criminals, huh?
well, it certainly appears that way, seeing so I've asked them to look into this and they willfully refuse to do anything about it. See, because it's your job to do that. Because you're responsible for their actions. You're responsible for public money. See? And if they're wasting the public's time and the public's money illegally withholding evidence, then that's your job to find that out. See? And there's plenty of people who don't want to do their job. And see, that's why I record the calls, because typically there's only one shot to get them on the recording.
Okay.
So I would certainly be happy to speak with you on April Fool's Day at 11 o'clock.
That sounds fine.
So I'll be expecting.
You know, Terry, I don't really know much. Do you live in Glenwood then, Terry, or where do you live?
I live north of Glenwood.
Okay. What do you do for a living then?
Well, actually, that's none of your business.
Well, just have a conversation, Terry.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, I know that people use all sorts of information about me against me. So that's, again...
Not a very trusting guy, huh?
Well, I live in a lawless county. The sheriff is a common criminal. He's a known perjurer. Your county attorney, Neil Nelson, rigged the court trial for Glenwood City Council member Kyle Thompson. So
You've already said this. I know this.
yes, well, it's a matter of the public record. See, so that's why I repeat it. So then, because you're asking me why I'm not trusting. I live in a lawless county. That's why I'm not very trusting.
Well, sorry that you had bad experiences with those guys. I had nothing to do with that. So.
I didn't say you did.
No, I know that. I'm just stating it for the record.
Right, that's fine.
So, I said we're being recorded. I wanted to state that for the record.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, Terry. Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you, and I will call you on April Fool's Day at 11.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Talk to you later.
Yep, bye now.